What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 3rd of March, 2024. Welcome to March. Another week of madness has been sadly just more of the same. I've got a lot of news to give you here. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all the madness. Let's start off with any use of marijuana linked to higher risk of heart attack. And of course it is. Of course, crossing the street will give you a heart attack. Breathing air will give you a heart attack. Sleeping will give you a heart attack. Jumping up and down will give you a heart attack. Everything will give you a heart attack. Wonder if that's what happened to Richard Lewis dies, beloved comic. Curb Your Enthusiasm actor. He was 76 though, although he died of a heart attack. Don't know why. Study finds hearing imbalance disorders among COVID-19 vaccinated. Mainstream news here, YouTube censorship staff. Here's one. Let's just listen to this for a second.
2 weeks ago, I received an email with an all-too-common story of...
This is Senator Ron Johnson.
It was from a young man whose 36-year-old wife's periods stopped within a couple of weeks of receiving her second COVID vaccine. They were recently married and planned on having children. I recommended they contact the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance, FLCCC, one of the few groups of doctors attempting to treat vaccine injuries. Let me quote from his last email to me, quote, "We had already gotten COVID in February 2020. Alas, unless they can bring her ovaries back to life, I'm not sure Dr. Corey can help. It breaks my heart. She chose career, got the baby family bug, and now she can't have children. She cries all the time. Apologize to me like it's her fault. Someone needs to make them pay, and we need safeguards so that this doesn't happen again."
Someone needs to make them pay, but they're exempt, don't you know? Idaho legislator introduces a bill to prohibit vaccine or vaccine material in food. Yeah, listen to how craziness this is.
You can count on someone at the State House to offer up something that is, let's just say, of questionable origin.
You know, they've already talked about how they're going to vaccine all of the cattle and all this stuff. I mean, did I get that wrong? Republicans suggest vaccines may be getting injected into lettuce. This is from Newsweek. I don't know. The video doesn't go along with the story. You can read into it if you want. Other news going on. Let's jump over here. Supreme Court agrees to consider Trump immunity claim. Further delay election. Of course, got Illinois judge rules Trump ineligible. We got another one of these. He's not eligible to be on the ballot. Trump's this threw everybody into a tizzy.
And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against.
Oh, Nikki Haley. Oh, he talking about black people. This should be a huge warning sign. Trump's a racist. Ah, I can just hear that Latino lady on CNN now. Trump is racist. Oh, I got a couple more here. Let's talk about Biden. Fit for duty after annual physical. Works out 5 days a week, doctor says. Here, let me eat my ice cream. Did he get a cognitive test? Hell no. Did not get a cognitive, because he does not need one, because he's obviously in tip-top shape. I mean, sharp as a preschool crayon. Over to financial news. How the major U.S. stock indexes fared on the Friday. Let's see. I didn't even pay attention this week. The Dow Jones rose 90.99 on Friday. For the week, the Dow was down 44 points. Still closed, though, 39,087. Still 39,000 on a Dow. Put a link to the market recap data. Nazi Piglosi scores whopping payday on... Well, of course she does. You know, buy her another big refrigerator with some more ice cream. Put a link to that. Partial government shutdown. Days away. Now, this was earlier in the week. There's no agreement on federal funding yet. But guess what? Biden signed short-term funding bill to avert government shutdown. What is this, another week or two? We got at least one more week. At least one more week we'll kick the can down the road. So we'll talk about it next week. Shoppers call out Kellogg CEO cereal for dinner pitch for struggling families. Well, your struggling families might have just a bowl of cereal for dinner. What a scumbag. I bet he's eating well, huh? Wendy's planning Uber-style surge pricing. Oh, really? Well, I think that's going to fail miserably for it. They say we're going to charge based upon demand. I haven't been to Wendy's in a long time, actually. Struggling U.S. retailer Macy's to close 150 stores. Oh, no, that's not good. That from Inside Paper. We got... because of theft, probably. Look at what these guys did. Got to give a shout. I got to stop and just give a shout out to Home Depot shoppers band together to stop shoplifter. You know these guys walking out of Home Depot with carts full of stuff.
Get the fuck.
Sorry for the language.
You're not fucking walking away.
Be advised, language. Got little kids around. You probably shouldn't be watching the Jericho for little kids around anyway. You never know when I'm going to go off.
Get the fuck out of here! I'm going. Get the fuck. You ain't taking nothing.
I love this.
Drop it.
We're paying the prices we pay because of shit like this.
You fucking thief! The rest of us pay the shit that we pay because of you fucking scumbag!
So, the video goes on. They held the guy down, I think, till the cops got there. Shout out to the... Yeah. People got to take shit into their own hands, man. That's how you put a stop to this shit. Prominent investor cancels New York plans 40 years in the making after Trump ruling, oh no, not good for New York. Squatters, on the other hand, warn the nation. Expert on squatters warns we're in for a nightmare once illegals discover the housing law loopholes. Yeah, we're going to take over this property and it's going to be ours, and you're not going to get us out of here very soon. BRICS finance ministers, some miscellaneous news here. Central bank chiefs meet Brazil's 2020 G20. I'm not with it this weekend. Zelensky warns million, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry if I'm not really with this week. It's been a very long week. I'm very tired, but I got to put this report together because I got all this list of stuff here. New World Order and police state. I want you to listen to some things here. You know, all these people around the world talking about, oh, the government didn't push this on anyone and didn't. Yeah, let's just go through some of this, okay? Guarantee it'll piss you off. Listen to what this woman's saying.
The government did not compel anybody to be vaccinated. That is the first thing that we have to admit.
Straight up dog-faced, bitch-ass liar. I'm sick of this
Supreme
crap.
Court has ruled that the COVID-19 vaccine mandate...
Let's pretend that everything that happened over the past few years didn't really happen.
Medical expert Dr. Nick Coates.
Jedi mind trick.
Good morning to you. This is pretty extraordinary, isn't it? Can you walk us through the ruling?
It is extraordinary, Carl. Before I do that, I can't do this segment without acknowledging my own role in the system that promoted vaccine mandates. There will be a strong public view that those who choose not to get vaccinated need to... there needs to be some sort of incentive stick, perhaps, through the current programs, including No Jab, No Pay.
No, they didn't force this on anyone. COVID-19 vaccine mandate unlawful for emergency services. Queen. Well, what do you do now? What do you do now? Because you can't get this stuff out of your body. You know, there's a lot of things I could say, but I better watch my mouth. Other news going on. Let's talk about the censorship. Speaking of having to watch my... Did you hear the Laura Logan thing at 226 at the Ron Johnson's round? Listen to some of the stuff she's saying. Truth.
It's important to all of us, because of everything discussed today, that we address the vital principles and values that exist really only in the United States of America. And that said, these are the worst of times for the media in this country. We live in the age of information warfare.
Yeah,
where propaganda is not simply a weapon, it is the entire field of battle. This is a war for our minds that is aided by advanced technology, and we have never been here, not in all of human history.
And every newscaster acts like they have no idea, they're oblivious. They're just telling you the truth. They're just telling you the truth.
We should fight for the truth, and we should fight for freedom.
And of course this woman's been demonized. What happened to her? How journalist, she's a very well-respected war correspondent turned right-wing radical. Of course, because she's speaking too much truth. You want to watch the rest of that? I'll put a link to that whole thing. It's only 12 minutes long. It's good stuff. Canada introduces sweeping new online... Oh, look at this. It's all in the name of protecting the children. We got to protect the children. All this extremist content. I wonder who decides what's extremist content. Adams, let's all go over to immigration news here. Calls for a change in New York's... Oh, you don't like the way things are? You don't... Oh, well, wait a minute. Well, wait, we can't put up with this no more. Say, look at this. Wealthy elites, affluent neighborhood. Boston, outraged local... Not in our backyard. What is it George Carlin said? A lot of that going on. We got this. Check it out. Out over in Tucson, Arizona. Secret hotels.
Is basically an unmarked building. All signage is removed. That's the first sign you know that this is an NGO, a non-governmental organization. In this case, Casa Alitas, who is housing illegal immigrants. Let's go inside to see what happens.
Tiny bicicletas, huh?
Trying to rent a room?
Oh no, we don't rent rooms.
Why? Is this a hotel?
We don't. Can you guys get off the property, please?
Yeah, we can't get out of here.
Is this not a hotel?
Can you please exit the property? It's private property.
Whose private property? There's no name outside?
Can you please have them exit the building?
No, can't tell you anything.
But is this where illegals are being housed with government funding?
Can you please get off our property? All of you, please. I'm gonna call.
This is a secret. We can't tell you. Listen to this now. What's going on overseas?
5% foreign nationals.
Just to make you cry.
I walk down the street on any given day, walk into the supermarket, and I don't hear an Irish conversation. I hear foreign people everywhere. My child is one of 30 children in her class, and she's the only Irish child. She came home crying from school a few weeks ago because she doesn't understand what any of her friends are saying. The children revert back to their own languages when they're not being taught. She literally cannot understand the conversations around her. But when...
Just sit and think about that for a minute. Back in the States, Georgia student murder suspect confirmed to be illegal immigrant. Of course. And we got California seized enough fentanyl in 2023 to kill the entire world population twice over. I wonder where it came from. I mean, does my report sound this week sound like just a bunch of jibber jabber, like nothing's connected, or do you think maybe it's all connected? You have to remember, I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist, and I'm just spewing lies, and none of this is true, and I'm just making up reality. It's just playing in my head. This is not reality. What are you talking about? Over to World War III news. France considering placing special forces in Ukraine. I don't know. This is from RT. We got Germany and Poland say they're not sending troops to Ukraine, as Kremlin warns of wider war. North Korea is sending weapons to Russia. I don't know what's going on. Yes, I send I pulled out a big penis. Put a link to that. EU, remember, warns West could cause worst case scenario in Ukraine. So kind of a lull, kind of, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Decades-long secret partnership between the CIA and Ukraine has been critical for lethal operations. I'm sure it has. Yes, of course the CIA is involved. Maintains 12 secret bases in Ukraine. CIA was in Kiev last week from the New York Times. Hungary's parliament ratifies Sweden's NATO bid, clearing up final obstacle for membership. Just some miscellaneous stuff here. We got Houthi attacks, knock out underwater cables linking Europe and Asia. It says report. That from Endgame W3. Definitely follow him on Twitter for update of World War III news 24/7. U.S. airman dies after setting himself on fire outside Israeli embassy in Washington. I think this was over the Israel Gaza stuff. I don't know. He said, I guess he was making a statement. I don't know. Set himself on fire. House China committee demands Elon Musk open SpaceX Star Shield internet to U.S. troops in Taiwan. Reported that a couple weeks back. I guess that's still going on. U.S. Army, check it out, slashing 24,000 jobs, 5% of its force, in bid to better able to fight the next war. Meanwhile, the British cash-strapped Navy, they're selling off an aircraft carrier in money woes. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news. Look at the earthquake set up for 6 points and above for the past week. We only had a 6-0 on February 25th. Let me drop this down to 5s. A lot of 5s going on. Not too much going on in earthquakes and volcanoes. Haven't seen much. I'll put a link to the earthquake data. Big news this week. We got the big fire down in Texas. Wildfire outbreak day 2. Large wildfire burning in Texas Panhandle. Just stuff being scorched. My friends in Texas, I hope you are all safe. I'll put several links to this. CNN's got a story here. Some of the big stuff here. They got just a ton of video. Texas is on fire. Texas wildfires force shutdown of nuclear weapon facility. Here's what we know. They got a story on that. By the way, there's a blizzard going on the West Coast. California, all out there, has got a big blizzard. They're talking about 12 feet of snow in the mountains. I don't have a link on that, but it's just coming across right now over here. So we got fire in Texas, blizzard on the West Coast. We got this. I caught this, I think, the other day. Was yesterday or the day before? This was going on in Louisville, Kentucky. We got doom on the bridge, tragedy on the river, Ohio. That's what caught him, Mothman.
A semi-truck
look, check it out.
Somehow dangling off the edge
how
of the
does this
bridge.
happen?
We don't know exactly how this happened yet.
I mean, I know these bridges are reinforced not to, let stuff fall off the side and whatnot, but sometimes they made the save. Shout out to the fire department for making the grab. They got the crane hooked up there. They're pulling it up. Man, they're high above the water there. Speaking of things hanging, we got this giant 34-foot long anaconda, the craziest thing you'll see today. Don't drop me, bro. Okay? I'm going to come over there and I'm going to wrap myself around. Man, I think I'd rather be dangling from the bridge. EU plans, speaking of vehicles, to restrict repairs on older vehicles. We're talking about the climate. In order to get the climate cleaned up, we're not going to let you fix your old car. We're going to force you. You're not. How dare you tell me what, man? Back in the States, NY sues world's top meat packer JBS over your cows are farting too much and they're causing the climate to heat up. That's what's going on there. Texas County, or do you think it's a solar impact? Look at this now. Texas County declares state of disaster ahead of, there's going to be a solar eclipse in April, and they're claiming. Now somebody else tweeted out, there was a warning came across TV. As you notice here, this post has been submitted from a suspended. Whoever this was got suspended, but the replies are still here. And this is one of the pictures right here. It said, Eclipse tips. This was on the TV. Schedule errands and appointments early. I have a communication plan with friends and family. What are they thinking is going to happen in April with this solar eclipse? I don't know. Other news going on in space. U.S. spacecraft, Russian satellite avoid collision. NASA says that from Fox News. And we got, look at this, intuitive moon lander. We got the first pictures. Its snapped leg is laying on. Come on now. When you think about the fact this is 2024, we got like 8K cameras now. This, seriously, we're supposed to believe this bullshit is a real picture? What is this? Oh, this is its broken leg. It's laying on its side. It's laying on the moon. This is really the moon, see? Yeah, I couldn't create this in Photoshop at all. We got some blurry bullshit here. Come on, man. This isn't seriously with all the technology, all the fucking. Now, who took this picture? This is a nice picture, huh? Looks like it was painted from far away. What camera took this picture? Bunch of crap. Yeah, we're on the moon. You know, with the technology we have nowadays, we should be able to live stream that the whole way. Over to strange and bizarre news. Some very upsetting news here. Man charged in deadly crash. There was a crash back here. Where this woman and her daughter lost their life after attending a Drake concert. Here's a little bit of this here.
Tonight in the Fox Files, the 22-year-old charged with running down and killing a Chicago mother and her daughter has been ordered to house arrest. It is a modification.
How do you murder two people and get house arrest? This is what's happening at my city. And for those who don't know, this was this very graphic. These two women right here leaving a concert. They were alive and then they were gone. Just that fast. And this fucking scumbag gets house arrest. And our stupid bitch fucking mayor thinks that red light cameras are gonna fix. Shit, we need more red light cameras. If there was a red light camera there, this wouldn't happen. Yeah, if he knew his license plate, it was probably a stolen car in the first place. Because the police department doesn't chase stolen cars. This fucking scumbag murders two women and he's home on house arrest. It's disgusting. Other news going on. Naked brawl out in Venice Beach, California. I don't know how the women. One lady's got a spike. This lady here, somehow you get later in the video, she gets 2 spikes. I don't know what's going on there. Excuse me while I calm down. This guy, footage of father momentarily.
Hello?
He shot his 22-year-old son. Apparently they were fighting over something. He's like, I just shot my. This world has gone bonkers, man. 217 people have died from furniture falls. Be advised, we need to ban the furniture. Furniture is killing people. I'm not making this up.
Risk of getting injured from furniture falling over. It seems like a simple thing, but it's...
I wonder if that's what happened to this guy. You know, the guy over at the palace, the royal family, all this weird stuff going on. Apparently, he didn't have a heart attack. He died from a traumatic head wound. Did he get hit by a piece of flying furniture? I don't know. War of the Roses. Remember that part where Michael Douglas is like, whoo, throws that thing and almost hits the housekeeper and kills her? I heard, let's see, trunk stripper, do it, I don't know, some honk if you want to see a midget twerk. Apparently this is what's going on down in Florida. Lady jumps out of the trunk. But I saw this was actually a reply to that on Twitter, and I like this one a little better. Shout out to the alligator once again this week. Right? I thought that was good. Sorry, I'm accidentally pushing buttons on my mouse. Let's see here. We got former employee reveals Fannie Willis. Oh, she's apparently white judges, or she white bad judge. I don't know. This woman down in she judges based on skin. I don't know why it's even in the report. Transgender. Oh, here we go. She got mad. Someone called her sir.
That would be 4/5, Senator. And what would be the exact number for that, Madam President?
She gets mad and runs out.
Yes, sir. That would be 32.
Yes, sir. And you called me. Oh, clean the sand out of your plastic vagina. Nobody meant anything by it. Jesus. Scientists discover how orgasms rewire the brain, leading a lasting connection between partners. Well, that's partners who don't have sex anymore. Apparently those wires become disconnected and they start hating each other. I don't know. And check this out. One more at the bottom. I wanted to go back, bring it full circle to Biden's cognitive testing. He's sharp as a pencil. That's why Italian TV is airing skits like this. Oh, yes, sorry. There's all kinds of these. Here we go. There's a whole. Some of these are pretty funny, actually.
And it was shot from Dallas
Anyway, that's all the news I got. Check my favorites for more news. We got thousands of people defy Putin. Go to the guy's funeral over there in remembrance. People in the streets. That Laura Logan video is on YouTube as well. You want to check that out. It's a really good video. FBI raids veterans' home. Got more of that going on. Jose Guarena comes to mind when I saw that one. Mandatory COVID vaccinations, police unlawful. Definitely check out all kinds of fresh stuff. At least scan over the title, see if there's anything over there. And thank you to anybody still posting content on YouTube, keeping people informed. You guys are doing awesome work. I got a few shout outs and then we'll get out of here. Shout out to the farmers. Did you see this? Check this out. This tractor. There's still a big thing going on overseas with the farmers. The EU police, literally, you know what he's spraying, right? Check it out. Watch this. Let's just go forward with this. This farmer brings in this truck. Oh man, it's a beautiful thing. You know, the police are going to have to pick a side. You know, are you on the side of tyranny? You're on the side of freedom and liberty. I mean, pick a side. Shout out to Richard Gage. I saw a post from Richard Gage somewhere this week, and I'm like, man, Richard Gage is still. Yeah, I'm going to leave out a link to his Twitter. Richard Gage, 9/11 Truth. He's still doing his thing, man. Check it out. 5 hours ago, 13 hours ago. Richard Gage, still 9/11 Truth, and a shout out to Richard Gage. Shout out to TheShowmebby. Posted a video this week. Game face. I'm going to play a little bit of this.
Have you not even got your Civil War game face on yet? Have you not? I mean, part of the things we've been talking about for motherfucking years are happening right now.
It's happening everywhere. Happening all around us, man.
Border invasion.
We talked about all the shit that's happening right now. Every aspect of it.
The treason and toil and plot. You know? And here a lot of people are like, oh, everything's just the same. We've been telling you it's not the same for many years. And I heard this motherfucker Godlewski or somebody come on there the other day and say, there's not been any fucking buddy out there except for the last couple years and the number 17 people that have been fucking doing anything for anybody. Well, fuck you.
We've been here for a long time,
and some of your half-bad information. Because there's been a lot of people that have been out there.
I'm going to put a link to this video by the Show Me. By the way, the Show Me Baby is not on YouTube anymore. One of many voices that have been silenced. He is on Rumble, though. I will put a link to his video. Definitely subscribe to him over there. But a lot of us out here for 15 plus years telling you about things that are happening right now, today. But I have to remember, we're all just crazy conspiracy theorists. This is not reality. We're just imagining shit that's not really there. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up, or it's probably not one of my better reports. You can thumbs it down. It's okay. You can also follow me on all my links below, the BitChute, Twitter, Rumble, all that stuff's at the bottom. You can support me on Patreon or directly with DonorBox. I really didn't feel like doing this one this week, but I did it for you because I got all this information. I'm just going to push this out to you. Get this up. Get it out. I got to get some sleep. I got to work tomorrow. You guys, tell me what your thoughts are. I'm so sorry for getting so belligerent during the strange episode. I cannot believe my mayor, the mayor of the city of St. Louis, has nothing to say about these two women who were murdered. But, oh, we need red light cameras. What are your thoughts on everything else going on in the world? I'm going to get out of here early. I'm not going to do a big thing here at the end. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes on a Sunday while they give you news. Tell me your thoughts on what you think's coming next. Solar eclipse in April going to burn everyone down? I don't know. Love and thoughts to everyone down in Texas that are going through this big fire. People on the West Coast, please be safe. Big blizzard going on. People around the world, be safe. You know, power to the people and death to the New World Order. I love you all so much. Take care. Stay safe. I'll see you